to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Why, thanks for having me.
Okay, so I've been like fascinated with you for a while. I always see you
that
around.
Right?
Yeah, and I see you doing stuff, and then you're like a big deal, and everyone talks about you. So can you tell our audience who you are and what you're doing?
Well, my name is Hersie Stovall, and it's kind of hard to know that people talk about me because I don't hear them. But anyway, yeah, I love being here. I have a program called the Dream Again Project, and I love it because I get to interact with all race of people, age brackets, and the Dream Again kind of says it all because the young people are dreaming and the old people is where it comes in. Dream Again Project, right? The again affects the older people. But people dreaming, I love it because it's almost feel like I'm affording them the opportunity to be able to start over or to bring back up good things that meant something to them at one time. And that's the Dream Again Project.
I love that. And then you've been at CMAC for how long?
I joined CMAC in 2016.
You're like one of, because CMAC's only been around for 13?
Yeah.
I know, we get quizzed on it all the time. So, so you're like one of like the people that's kind of still around from like you're almost at the beginning. I mean, from everyone I've met, you're one of the like beginning people.
Well, I thought they had been around for a long time when I got here,
right.
So I really wasn't privileged to know when they started or anything like that, or even being a part of something great here. I know that I was sent here to spy on them in a way. I say
really?
spy.
I want to hear the story.
Okay. So what happened was, I knew this guy who was into production, and he had a program, and he was teaching cultural dancing and stuff like that. And he says, there is a company called CMAC, and I'm hearing a lot about them, Hersie. So what I want you to do is go over there and find out what they're doing over there, you know? And I says, oh, okay, you sure you want me to go over there? He said, yeah, go over there and find out. Well, so I came over to CMAC, and there was one big problem. I never went back to report. I got here, I saw, I joined, and I've been here ever since. And I have not seen that man since.
Wow.
I just felt right at home when I got here and just stayed. The CMAC experience is unbelievable here, you know, and that's why I share it with the Dream Again Project and other people, because I don't feel that CMAC should be the best kept secret, you know, but we're here and we're doing things great like your show, my show, and we're getting people involved. We're bringing good content, and we're letting our people know, our community know that don't stop dreaming, right?
How long has your program been around?
Well, I've been working on it for about 4 years, but it actually started happening last summer. Not only when I say happening, I've been doing different projects.
That's what I thought. You've been around doing different things.
Doing
this particular
things.
Project.
I tried my hand with creating a show called Getting It. And
what was that about?
Well, that was
title.
yeah. Well, okay. So what ended up happening? I tried that, and that was basically just people trying to do good at what they do. So Getting It was what was happening at that time. I'm getting it. So I named the show Getting It, and I would film young people trying to make it in music.
So you've always kind of been in the same type of inspirational and getting people jazzed up.
Yeah, well, I have a strong musical background. You know, I've traveled playing. I'm a guitar player.
I wish you were playing here today.
One of these days I'm gonna knock the dust off of it and come on up here and play now. But no, I really get a kick out of helping others. That's my biggest thing right there. You know, and I don't want live music to die. And so I keep creating things that would keep people interested in playing music and doing the things real and not be so computerized, So I like that part.
Wow. So the Dream Again project, we launched it last summer, and so now it's grown. So we just had people on the show a few weeks ago that were jazzed up about it.
Yeah.
Explain what's happening now, because now it's really going places. Now you're taking it like almost out of the studio and everywhere else.
Well, I think I think one of the things that has been great is that we have been able to help people earn while they learn. And so earn while they learn.
That's
meaning,
great.
Yeah, meaning that I'm able to take them through the Dream Again process. They get to learn filming, editing, and they get a stipend for doing it. $15 an hour to come and hang out with me, to do something that you really like and get paid for it too.
How do you get all that going?
Oh man, I gotta say God is good. We're just gonna say it like that. I just teamed up with a few people. We're creating a sponsorship program that people can sponsor a kid, however, in 200 hours they make $3,000. That's enough to.
Is that why everyone's so nicely dressed?
Well,
we were having that conversation backstage.
Yeah, well,
you're always so sharply dressed. I'm like,
well, I think this comes from my background. My dad being a pastor and a preacher, and yeah, we've always dressed the part, I guess, being a preacher kid. It's just one of those things that happened when I was growing up. But now the other guys, they seem to like the swag, and so they're picking up a few things. I'm glad that. The things that I see them pick up, change is good when it's good change. And so I do see things that are happening beyond my thought process, so maybe.
That you created something that's now taking on.
Yes.
Now it's almost its own thing.
Yes.
You're a part of it. You're like.
Yeah.
No, that's always what you want to happen, right? That's kind of the dream,
good,
right?
Yeah. As long as it's
something
good,
bigger than you.
Yeah, exactly. And so. I'm actually dreaming as well, I'm talking to them about things, but what I see happening is like, wow, well, I didn't even have that in my thought process, but it's good to know that it has grown to that, And so it kind of makes me feel really special at times, but I'm learning just like they're learning, and it's just a big, beautiful thing that we all are getting something positive from it. And at the end of the day, we're not sleepwalking, and that's the part that I'm really concerned about. People living with no purpose, and these guys, I keep challenging them. I challenge them, and they challenge me too. And
so what are some ways you've been challenging them?
Well, I tell them they can do things, and I'm not really sure they can. but the fact of the matter is that I've failed many times, and I just want them to at least try, because failing is not a bad thing. To fall and not accomplish your goals is not a bad thing. It's just it causes you to keep fighting, and once you get over that fear of not getting your goals, it doesn't. It's not a hard thing anymore. So you keep trying to do better. You keep trying to do better, and you will at some point. But. Yeah, I think they're doing things that I didn't think they could do right away, but I provide them with the answers, or I provide them with the knowledge to get it, and I let them know that, hey, not knowing is not a problem. As long as you have computers, or you have CMAC staff here, you always have someone
a resource.
Someone that can guide you in the right direction. Get used to asking the right questions. That's what I do.
So what have you learned? You said they're teaching you, they're challenging you, and you're learning something. What are some of the things?
When they tell me that they did this because of me, I said, you did? You really got that from me?
See, people are talking about you.
a little bit, just a little bit. But I'm just glad that everybody is just seeming to have a drive to get better, do better, and that's important. And we provide the atmosphere for greatness here. You know, I can't do that by myself, but my CMAC family, together we create a space that the Dream Again kids come here and they actually disconnect outside and come in here and they're able to dream again. They're able to focus. They're able to be in a positive environment that people really love, that just breed positivity. So that's
I
what
love
we have
that.
there. Yeah.
So this is a project. Is it also a show? Are you guys creating everything for a show? What's the name of the show that you guys are?
Well, we don't really have a particular show that that we've done in the past, other than when I was filming Getting It, but we are creating those things.
Okay, so this is creating the content that's going to come in the future. Okay.
Yes, we're creating the vibe, and as we get it, we create it, and that's what I want them to get used to, making something from nothing. And so far, we've came up with the idea to do ghetto news.
Nice.
What's ghetto news? Well, that is...
That could be a lot of things.
Right. That could be a lot of things. So yeah, we have people, we have different projects that's in our community that no one knows about. So I would love to see a young person learn how to be a reporter. So we create a camera crew that would follow them to get a story. Come back with a story,
love that.
you know? And so look what we're doing when we do that. We're training someone to film, edit, be a reporter, and those things are, you know, not many of our young people are going to school for that, but they have the gift, and they don't know they have the gift sometime, and I'm able to expose them to those things that make them want to, hey, let's look into this. Hey, I felt pretty comfortable in front of that camera. And it's just a whole bunch of things that are jumping off that is very, very good. Now they can go and apply for a job at 26, 30, 47. They have filming skills, they have editing skills, and we're looking to see somebody really step up and be a reporter. And even if it's just starting our own vibe here, we have two TV stations here that you're aware of that we can start our vibe here. We're not looking for anybody to give us permission anymore. We're just doing our thing, and that's what I'm really proud about.
I love that. Like, you create your own job.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now you have a team. I had a lot of them on my show a few weeks ago. But what if people are watching and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of the team. How do we do that? Are you guys looking for more people? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. First, you can get on to the Dream Again project and fill out an application on thedreamagain.com. And another way that you can do it is you can go to my email, hersiestovall54@gmail.com, and let me know what your visions are, what you're trying to do. And if you're in that age bracket from 16 to 24, I'll have you go through the resource center that will provide an income for you to get that $15 an hour to come and earn while you learn. If you're not in that age bracket, that program won't fit for you. But I didn't want my program to be just for that particular age bracket. But however, that's something that the city provides. And also, if you're really sure about what you want to do, we do have programs that we can hook you up with to be able to give you that Dream Again experience.
I love that. So we do fill out an application. And what exactly are you kind of looking for in building this? Because everyone gets along and they jive well together. How do you know if someone's going to be a good fit?
Well, we provide them a year membership here at CMAC. So when they come here, that's one of the first things we do. We sign them up, we get them make them a member, and the time that they spend lets you know a whole lot about a person. Where they spend their time is their passion. And when they're coming here over and over and over, it's my job to find a project that can keep them engaged. And that's what I take a lot of pride in, finding the right thing for them. My musical background really helps. We have a studio here, and A lot of them come in, they want to know how to make their own beats. And
That's awesome. You're the first person I've actually heard to talk about utilizing that here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm a musician. I play quite
I didn't even know
we.
oh, it sounds bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. So wait, where are we providing beats at? Where are we making that happen at?
Upstairs to the
Oh my
left.
God. I spend too much time downstairs.
There's a complete studio there.
With a sound room and everything?
Yes,
I never hear.
yes,
Okay, so that's perfect.
yes,
Okay, so then you
yes.
guys are creating that. That's
We're creating all that. You know, I always say this, that in everything you hear, there's music. So how do we know Jaws is coming? The music, dun, 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 right?
right.
So I teach them how to do sound effects. I teach them how to do the music to create the scene, to help that scene.
I can imagine a soundtrack with you when you walk out of your car. I love your car, by the way.
Why,
Dressed
thank
like
you.
I already have. I have like a soundtrack in my mind for you.
Oh, okay. One day you can tell me about that.
But yeah, no, you're right.
There's music for everything. You know, it sets them. It sets you up for a scene. I had a job one year, and that's all I did. I stayed home and I wrote music for a TV series, and every episode had a video, and that was my job to write the music and do the video.
Wow.
For this episode, and so one of my favorite episodes was. You are what you wear. And so the young kids were able to tell the difference between a firefighter and a police officer by what they were wearing, right? So I created a song, Passion for Fashion. Your wardrobe had to be smashing from
Love
your
that.
shoes to your hair. People judge you by what you wear.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what I did for a while, you know, so I kind of got a pretty strong musical background.
So you say recording, so we do this at CMAC, and I'm like, so you guys actually make beats that you're producing that you can actually play on Apple Tunes and all that? It's that kind of, it's really equipped like that?
Well, I have like 3 albums that's on all the
I know you
social
did that
media.
here?
Oh, not
No,
here.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But,
We have
but
the
the equipment
resources.
is here. Yeah, the
Okay,
equipment is here to
cool.
do exactly what I done. It's here.
See, now I feel I should have, but this is good. We're learning together. So,
it's
I mean,
here.
that's great. So people don't even have to go and pay a lot of money for studio time at some of these other places.
No, come to the Dream Again project and team up with CMAC and let's make it happen. That's
I
the best
absolutely
thing,
love
yeah.
that. And where can we hear your tune? Now I'm going to go stalk you. Where can we hear all this?
Well, you can go on all of them. YouTube.
No, but wait, you're just under your name?
Just Stovall.
Okay.
Okay, Stovall's PKS. That stands for Stovall. Preacher Kids, PKS. Preacher
Okay.
Kids. I also, you can find me under Crew 09, CRU-09.
See, I knew you had bands inside. I knew that's what I was like.
Yeah. Hey, we've been doing that for a long time. And you know what, this guy came up to me and he told me one of the things that he loved about me was that I did not want to take to the grave the things I've done, the things I've learned, and he thought that was very cool that I take the time and pass that on, and not too many people that he felt are willing to spend the time to pass the mantle, you know?
It is true, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
weird because I always think that too, because we're not really competing against each other. We're all doing something different. So it's
Right,
like,
right.
why do we not share the wealth of not?
I don't know what that spirit is, but it's gotta go, right?
And I do remember seeing that, and we did talk about that with the kids because they were like they were all going for the same things, and I said, you guys don't have, and they were like, no, they all like lift each other up.
Yes.
They're all in the same competitive
Yes.
field, but they don't compete against each other. And I was
Not
like,
at
that's
all.
a great thing to really.
Yeah.
That's a great lesson that you guys are.
That happens here at CMAC. That's the dynamic here at CMAC, really. You know, to have a guy to come out of his room, he's just not comfortable with life and he's stuck in his room all the time, and then all of a sudden he's here and he's open and he appreciates the vibe that he gets. That's big. I can really say that I've had some people turn their guns in for cameras. I can really say that I've had 2 rival gang members do a project together. I mean, I don't know who benefits from it, but I'm glad somebody is. I can't tell you other people benefit from the time that's spent here and for what CMAC and the Dream Again project does, but it's working, it's changing lives, and for that reason, I'll keep on doing what I'm doing.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on my show today. And
Thank
everybody
you.
has got to follow this man.
I thank you for having me. A pleasure.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And wearing my favorite color too. Everything's blue here.
I love it. This is a lovely studio.
Okay, so you do a lot of cool things. Tell us what you do and what your background is.
Okay, well, I started off being a personal trainer over 20 years ago, and then I went back to school and I became a nurse. And so
Because you
now,
realized that made more money than training?
well, it gives me a unique perspective on bringing training and wellness together, and be able to be a nurse with my background in nutrition and everything. I'd be able to help people a little bit differently.
And a lot of nurses aren't even that healthy, so it's kind of funny that you bring that perspective in there. I'm sure you've noticed.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stress. I've worked a lot of other jobs before this as a nurse, and it's a very stressful job to do for there, but it's rewarding.
And so why did you're kind of switching back now into like where you're kind of going, now you're utilizing both, being a nurse and a trainer?
Yes, there's a lot of things that people don't know about that's good for their health, and most times their doctors don't give them access to that type of medication.
Why is that?
Well, because insurances normally don't pay for IM shots of vitamins, even though you get 98% absorption through a shot compared to only 30% with a pill.
So you decided you're going to make it kind of simple for us, where...
Yeah, I teamed up with a doctor who has the same mindset of healing and do natural things, and so it gives me the option to be able to give people the awareness and be able to get the medication, the IM vitamins, through injections or through IVs.
Oh, wow. So you have a lot of different things right now. So it's vitamin B12 is one of the shots you provide.
Yes, vitamin B12 is a great natural energy source. Due for there. A lot of people are depleted in vitamin B12. You will see that in almost any diet shot that deals with weight loss to do for there, because of course by increasing your metabolism helps you to lose weight.
And that's a big part of vitamin B12. It helps you increase your metabolism.
Exactly.
And then what other vitamins do you provide?
Well, it all depends on what you need. You can have vitamin C, all the different vitamin B vitamins.
And you do all of those in shot form or IV forms?
They are all available to do for there.
Oh, so if you're sick, it wouldn't be a bad idea to come in for a vitamin C shot, huh?
Exactly. Vitamin C and zinc, when this flu season starts, nip it in the bud by boosting your immunity with vitamin C and zinc.
Love that. And so you're also doing the weight loss one everyone's trying to get, right?
Oh, yes, the generic Ozempic, semaglutide. And it's a fantastic tool to do for there, but I think that people, if they're not diabetic, that they should only be on it for 6 months because it does affect your pancreas, and a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, okay, so tell us about that.
Well, what it does, it helps speeds up your body's insulin production in your pancreas to do for there, and so the more that you take, the more your pancreas works overtime to get rid of that excess sugar in your body. That's the way it works. So it takes the extra blood sugar out of your system, so then if you don't use that excess sugar, your body will turn that into fat stores. So that's why it works for weight loss.
Oh, and is that why? Is it one of those things too? When people stop doing it, they can kind of gain the weight back, or not so much?
Well, it's just a tool. Like if you don't have a good diet and a good base, it's not a magic pill. Just because you take it doesn't mean that yes, you are going to lose weight, but if you don't change your habits, it's not going to stay off.
And it can get back on, because I know some people have lost weight that way, and they said, well, that's all I've done is taking something. They weren't even working out more or even watching their diet. So that's why I know it's a powerful drug.
It's very powerful. I just had a lady finish her first 7 weeks. I do a 7-week kit for people, and she lost 21 pounds in the 7 weeks.
How much was she?
She was probably about 60 pounds overweight. She still has a little bit more to lose. She just started again on her second one.
That's not bad. That's not that much overweight to lose that much. Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's a very good tool.
And she's also doing a diet plan and exercising as well?
Yes, she goes and belongs to one of the local boot camps here in town, and Push Boot Camp in Clovis, and she's been doing really well.
So 7 weeks, how come it's 7 weeks for everything that you do? That's when you start to really see the results?
Yeah, you normally...
Because that's an odd week. Usually like 6 or 8. I'm like 7.
You know...
Is there a bonus week here? Is that why you're throwing us a bonus?
I'm throwing you a bonus week to make sure that you get there. And most people, you don't see results until 6 weeks because you see yourself every day in the mirror. And so it takes... Other people will see the results first before you see them in yourself.
Yeah, that's true. We will be like, oh, something happened, and they'll be like, oh, thanks for noticing. So right now, if we want to work with you and get one of these shots, what's the protocol? What do we do? Okay,
so one of the first things that all shots and all injections or IVs are all through a doctor's prescription. I work with a doctor out of Long Beach. He does telemedicine. You'll be able to get your prescription for whatever vitamin or mineral that your body is depleted in. And then after you get cleared by the doctor, and then you just come and contact me. I either will come to you. I go to people's works, go to people's homes. They come to me over at Flex Factory over in Clovis.
And you'll actually drive to them too? Wow.
Yeah, you know, it's just an extra service because I have a passion for health and wellness, and if somebody can't get to me, I will get to you.
I mean, that's awesome. So you see the doctor through telehealth, so you don't have to leave your house for that, and then you actually can go to them. So there's no excuse not to.
There's no excuse. There's no waiting in a doctor's office forever, because I mean everyone's gone to the doctor and they have a 9 o'clock appointment, and you don't even see the doctor till 10 o'clock. It's like, man.
Right.
So you'll be able to get in and get out and move on with your life.
That's awesome. What shots did you bring me today?
To do for there? It's very unique that you did say the vitamin C to do for there. We had the teleconference with the doctor on the phone, be able to get you prescribed for a vitamin C immunity booster. And with the vitamin C, you can have it subcutaneously, which either you can do it in your stomach or in the back of your arm.
Is this the one for the hair and nails?
The biotin is excellent for hair and nails. You got that one last time to do for there.
That's what we did.
And then I hope to see you here at the end of the week for your next shot.
Yeah.
Do for there, because your hair does look amazing.
You got to keep it up, right? Dude, can someone come and get like everything? I mean, isn't there like a limit of how many shots we can have? So let's say if somebody did want, I want vitamin C, I want the biotin, I want the the B12 and the Ozempic, or is that an overload? Like, what's the cutoff?
Well, when you have your appointment with the doctor, he'll go over everything with you to be able to do there. You normally get either a 3-month or 6-month script from the doctor, and then you'll go through and you'll have your shots during that 3 to 6 month period. And then if everything is going well, because most of the vitamins are water soluble vitamins, so it's really hard to build up a toxicity level, so you can't really overextend.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I was just kind of wondering what. I've heard sometimes you can overdo on vitamins, but it's not.
You can, but it's very hard to do for there, because if your body doesn't use it, it loses it. So we literally, like when you, most people when they start a brand new vitamin regimen, you'll see that your urine's like a bright neon color to do for there.
I know that did kind of scare me last time when you gave me that shot.
To do for there. So that's just telling your body that it hasn't been able to absorb all of it yet.
Okay.
So once you get back to having your urine to your normal color, then that means your body's absorbing all those minerals and vitamins.
Wow. That's good to know. So this was the vitamin C?
The vitamin C.
So I won't get sick for a week?
You will be a lovely immunity booster.
Oh, yay. That's what everybody needs. Okay. So would you left or right? What kind of arm, what side do you need?
We'll go right here. This is a little bit better for the camera and everything here. So use a little alcohol swab and clean the back of the arm.
So why is it the back of the arm and not the side of the arm?
It's just where you have more fat in the back of your arm.
Oh, so that's why you want to do it? You want to get it where the fat is? You don't want to do it like in the muscle. You want to make sure you get it in the fat.
You don't want to hit a muscle when you're doing shots. That will definitely hurt, because when you hit a muscle, you actually poke a hole in the muscle, which causes damage to it.
Oh my goodness.
To do for there. So it's just little things that you learn.
And you can even do it in your stomach, you said.
Mm-hmm. You can just do a little pinch and inch, just like you would for any subcutaneous, like an insulin needle, and just pinch an inch, and boom, you're good to go.
And so usually for all these shots, it's once a week. There's never a time where you just take it once a month, right? Some of those, because I heard someone's like, oh, I thought vitamin B12s you do once a month. And I'm like, I've always heard you do it once a week.
Well,
or it depends on the dosage.
It would normally run out around 5 days in your body to do for there. So they make it, a once a week, and to make it easier for scheduling and cost-wise too.
Oh, so really like every 5 days?
Like every 5 days, then your body would be done using that vitamin or mineral normally.
Wow. So at the Flex Factor, we can come in, we can ask for you. Can we talk to you before we have to talk to you before we talk to the doctor, right? Because you're the one that hooks us up with the doctor that we talk to.
Do for there, yeah. It's real simple. It's vanguardandhealth.com. He's a great young doctor who, like I said, is preventative medicine is the best medicine, because I mean you keep all your levels up on all your vitamins and minerals. It boosts your immunity, your energy. You're able to complete more things. Your head will be clearer. There's all kinds of things that are available for injections that most regular doctors won't even think about prescribing, because they just want big pharma and just give you a pill.
Right. And then you were saying too, you sent me the article last week, because you said not everyone needs like Ozempic for weight loss. There's also things that you can do when you are leaner and you want to just stay in shape and get that muscle and not necessarily the weight loss. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's it's called peptides.
Okay.
And peptides are amino acid messengers. They're messengers that tell your body to do different things. There's one that's for a metabolism booster. It works on the mitochondrial level, and it speeds up your body's cells, and so therefore you increase your metabolism. And so you burn more calories, so therefore you lose weight. There's other ones for healing. They're great for after surgery, or if you have an injury in sports, it helps you heal. It's very similar to human growth hormone, but it's a peptide. It's safer, and it reacts to your own body's own healing process to do for there. The Ozempic, it's a peptide.
Oh, okay.
The number one peptide first ever used was insulin for diabetics. Insulin is a peptide as well. It's the most known.
Wow. And then why is it, because I heard a lot of people like, it's like, oh, it's so hard to find Ozempic and it costs, one person told me it costs like $900. So are these all myths and how can you dispel them?
Well, the main thing is supply and demand. And right now, especially with the Ozempic, because it originally was made for diabetics, but it had such good weight loss, now that the weight loss community is overcoming the diabetics and there's a shortage, and so supply and demand shortage, there's people that charge ridiculous amounts for it when you should have somewhere between I price it right in the middle. It's $350 for my 7-week kit that I make for people for their weight loss. If you're paying more than that, I honestly think that you should find somewhere else because you're getting ripped off.
Wow. Okay, so we could just come to you for everything.
Yeah, it's one nice thing.
Because you're only paying for every 7 weeks. I mean, people, when they pay, so that's like actually good. And then they can see if it's working or not.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than buying something and then have buyer's remorse because you spent so much money, but now it didn't pan out the way that you want. The main thing is, though, everybody's body is different. So there's so many different tools in my toolbox to be able to help somebody to lose weight, from peptides to hormones. That's one thing that I always tell, especially my older generation that I do for that your hormone levels change when you get older, and so it's good to get your hormone levels checked, and so people will be able to use that and say, hey, where am I at, and how can I use these hormone levels and get them to the correct way so I can lose weight.
Oh, for sure. And then I'm sure you explain like a lot of times the science behind it. That's what's great that you have the nursing background, because then you can tell everybody all the questions that they have of why they want this and not that.
And I want to go about the most safest and healthiest way to lose weight.
And what about your fitness journey? Because you've gone where you did some competing at some points.
I did competing for my 40th birthday. I'm actually going to be turning 50 this next spring, and
oh my gosh, you look great!
Thank you. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm going to do a show. I started my new diet, and I want to get back on stage as a 50-year-old.
Wow, well that's a great plug, because you honestly look. I did not know you were 50, so that's like whatever you're doing is working. So.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Well, thank you for having me, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, Flex Factory guys, go say hi to him. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me, Ms. Sparkle.
On the long drive, oh my gosh, so you're in San Francisco?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I've been there for about 4 years. I'm a Bay Area native. I'm originally from Richmond, California, but I moved to San Francisco, and I think that's where everything just started with the music, as far as the journey that I've been on and healing and everything. So I'm just happy to be here.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so music and Reiki, that's your jam, right? Tell our viewers how you got into that.
So I got into music probably when I was super young. I always liked being into music. My cousin used to make me rap with him when I was about 5. So that's where I would say it started with that. And I kind of chased it a little bit, but didn't really go after it when I was in my teens. And then I let a lot of stuff hold me back, right?
Like what?
Like just family, circumstances, everything that would hold the most people back in certain ways, because I would always put people before myself, right? And I learned on my journey that you got to take life for what it is, and sometimes you got to push everything else to the back row. Wow.
Put yourself first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So then once you learn that, you're like, here we go. But why Reiki? Tell us about that, because there's a lot of like misconceptions.
Yeah.
Semi-Christians think it's kind of foo-foo. So you tell your perspective on Reiki.
Okay, so with Reiki, I actually learned it from massage therapy. I got into massage therapy when I was in my 20s, right?
Okay.
But don't get me wrong, I've studied the Bible and everything. But once again, it's all energy. So it's the fact of the contradictiveness of how people feel about certain things like Reiki and shamanism and all types of other forms of religion, because religion is pushed. That's why I went into spirituality, because it's it's basically like putting yourself in a fishbowl when there's so much out there you can learn from everything.
So it's kind of like a separate thing. You think is like energy is different than a religion. So you say you could do both things. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, if people understood it more, you could. But then I don't want to say you trap it into, but then you trap it as a religion. So that's why I just say spirituality.
Yeah, because Reiki's not. So explain our viewers.
All right, so Reiki is an energy healing, right?
Okay.
Like usually it's done when somebody's laid on a table, and you would just transfer universal energy into healing whatever they feel is wrong with their body. And it's been proven that Reiki has healed people, along with the chants during Reiki and shamanic healing and stuff. That's the type of stuff that I've been into, along with my music, right? So
but how do you know if you have the power to do that or to heal? Is it something that you learn? You go to someone, you're like, okay, now I'm trained to heal people in that way.
Yeah, it's something that you can also learn, but for me, it came to me, it was like, because when, I don't know if they still do it now, but when I was doing massage, they actually taught the energy healing basis as trying to protect your energy from other people when you are massaging, right?
Okay.
So it's the fact that I picked it up and I was good at it. And then I started studying it, and it was just like...
You got strong hands. I can see you being good at massage.
Yeah, I don't mind. But it's the fact that I like the gravitational pull of the energy, right? So it just pulled it. That's what pulled me in mostly, right? And then I became the Reiki master, and I start focusing on myself more along the way of that, right? So I didn't like. Usually I'd go back, right, to what broke me, but this time it was just like, it's all about me.
Wow.
And that's what I started doing with my music and everything.
So doing one thing helped the other.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So when you heal, so people come to you and then they're with you for what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long the session was.
And they have to see you in person.
Yeah.
They can't, this can't be on
I mean,
virtual.
you can do.
Can you get energy transfer virtually?
Yeah, you can. That's how strong energy is. You know, like, that's just like if we sit here and we watch a TV, all it is just transfer one energy to the next so you can see it. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? But with the power that comes with it, right? Because I'm able to teach it, I just don't want to, because I know how much power is behind it. And that type of power behind somebody that would use it in a bad way, I just don't want to.
Wow.
Want to have nothing to do with it.
So it's energy that you can use for good or bad.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like it's a basis of good for me. So usually everything I do it in a good way. Even though I study the bad aspects of everything, I still want to know what I'm avoiding when I'm doing the good stuff. Because people will do it. They'll try to trick you into doing something bad with something good. So you got to know how to avoid it. And that's,
wow.
Yeah.
So they come to you and what, they're feeling sad, or like, is it something that people use when they're going through like a depression? Like why would we come to you for that? Oh,
so you can use it for depression. You can use it for like sickness and stuff like that. It's all in how you feel about it, right? It's the belief of being better, right? And I just like to make people better.
Wow.
Through words, through energy, through everything.
How often do you see, so if you have like a regular client, how often do you see somebody?
I'll see people like, what I would say, I try to see people like at least once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, once a week, because that's really all you need. And then if you want more than that, then that depends on you.
Wow, once a week, and you're with them for, would you say 30 minutes or?
I would say 30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour, wow.
Yeah.
And then how do you know when it's working? How do you know when it's taking effect, that the good energy is overcoming the bad energy?
Because it's the feeling that they have, right? You come in and you might be feeling down and drained of what you're going through, and then it's just like, okay, now I feel like I can take on the world. You know what I mean? So it's all in what's going on. But I have like a calm energy to me, so I know it's working if you're a very hyper person and it's just calm around you.
And then how does it last? I mean, okay, because what if we have a great session and everything, and then you go outside and this is like bad phone call, and then it's like, is it healing like overpowering to where it's like you can avoid, you're not going to react to that bad phone call that you would have without it?
Yeah, and it's not that. It's just the fact that not letting it get to you as much. It's like Reiki is like creating your own bubble from the bullshit. If
Nice.
if I can say
No, I
that.
like that. That's fine. I like when people put things in a very simple term I can understand.
Yeah, but as far as the music that I do, I just try to push a positive message. There's a lot of shit going on, and excuse my language. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and I feel the more I put positivity into it, right, the less that some stuff is planting the seed. So I try to plant the seed of being better, because I've been through some bad stuff in my life, but I still haven't let it overcome me to the point to where I want to be like everybody else on something that's not going to help anything around them.
So where can we hear your music?
So you can hear it on iTunes, you can hear it on YouTube. I go by ChiWillE. It's spelled C-H-I. I know, it's crazy, but it was a name that was given to me as a kid. I just changed it up a little bit, right?
Okay, so it's C-H-I.
W-I-L-L-E.
W-I-L-L-E. Oh.
Yeah.
ChiWillE. So you've really since a kid, wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing, but that's how I am. When I like something, I study it, and then, boom, that's what I'm into.
So how would you describe your music now?
I would want to say it's more positive. I just made a song, right, which is
What genre-ish?
hip hop, more hip hop, right? I would say like a positive hip hop. Somebody was, so I just watched something and they were like, it's spiritual slaptual or something like that. So I feel like it's more along those lines, right? And also, well, I just made a song. It was more like a party song. Cause I just wanted to see if I could do it, so I made a twerk song, and I should be releasing that soon.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to do something different.
I want to be in the music video for that.
Sure.
No, that's so cool. So I mean, you're the only person I've actually ever heard of that does like hip hop and Reiki. I think it's a great combo when you say that one feeds the other. But
it is, because it's like it's you have to have energy to be in hip hop. You have to have, because it's either you giving the good energy or you giving off this bad energy that's helping create a bunch of stuff that we don't need. So I'm trying to be the good change.
Difference between energy and attitude, because you want to have attitude when you're like driving and stuff. So how do you get your energy not affecting your? Where you can still bring the attitude.
So I would want to say the attitude just comes naturally, but when you have the energy, it's like when you walk into the room and everybody is just like, who is that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, why? It's just like your presence is that powerful because of the energy that you carry.
Wow. And so for Reiki, where can we go for you at? And then do you have like reviews where people say, well, this changed my life, or this is, I mean, where can we get?
I mean, I have my own little page and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So I have a massage page as well.
Okay.
And it's at Healing 2720. And then I just like to do everything that has to do with healing, even with my music. So at Healing 2720, and there you can see how I actually put it to where I incorporate Reiki into my massages.
Wow. Okay. I want to see it. That's gonna be.
Yeah, I've been doing it for what, like 12 years now. So.
I absolutely love that. So do you ever have your music in the background? Can you do all three at once, or is it Reiki, massage, and music?
I would say Reiki and then the massaging, and then if you want to party to the music later, we can do that.
There needs to be like no background music for this, for the Reiki massage thing.
Oh no, you can have background music, but I usually use meditative music.
Yeah.
I want to try to calm your mind and basically put you in a space where you are like halfway sleep, so you can actually feel where the energy is transferring to.
I love that. This is so cool. Well, I thank you so much for coming on the show today, and thank you for driving so far.
It's no problem.
We are gonna listen to this music too.
All right.
We're gonna follow you on everything.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I love it. This is awesome. You are amazing. Okay, so tell us who you are and how long have you guys been playing together?
My name is Matt.
My name's Ian.
I'm Rob.
So how long have you guys been jamming?
For about we've been playing for collectively as a group for almost, since about last May, you would say. It's about May. But this group kind of formed out of another person you actually had on your show a while ago, Brandon Paul and Fresno Slim.
I know. Oh my goodness.
We were all in a group together called Fresno Slim and the Dead Shrimp, and we
And you had Shiva in that one too.
Yeah, Shiva was in that too, and he still, jams with us and comes out to the open mic. And that's another thing we do. We have an open mic every Wednesday that we host, and we get a lot of talent up there, and it's a great place to come and flex your creative muscles and just come out and just have fun and just.
So that's so cool that you guys have stuck together. You guys did this, and then it's a little bit of a different vibe because I've heard when you guys were together with them. So how are you guys different now?
Now I think we're doing a lot more original, and we're sort of just letting our natural musical instincts really lead us. When Brandon was leading us, he was able to harness our creative energies into the songs he wanted to do, and now we're letting those same energies that he brought out of us lead us into sort of just figuring the music out as we go.
Love it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Yeah.
So what happened to Shiva? No more Shiva?
No, Shiva's still here, and he still jams with us and plays mixed music with us. And that's the beautiful thing about music is that you don't have to be locked down in a relationship. You can jump around and you can have fun with anybody you want.
You guys are all players because it's like this band, this band. It's like you jump from 4 different bands at the same time. How you guys floated.
Yeah.
So where can we hear you guys now? And what are you called now?
Sons of the... Sorry.
We're called Sons of the Shrimp, and you can hear us every Wednesday at Fresbrew for the open mic. It goes 8 p.m. to about 12 a.m. whenever they kick us out.
Because I thought Shiva was the Dead Shrimp. Brandon Pollen was Fresno Slim, and then wasn't Shiva the Dead Shrimp?
He was with the Dead Shrimp, but this isn't the Dead Shrimp anymore.
So he wasn't the Dead Shrimp. That was just the band.
He was.
I thought that was his actual name.
No.
He wasn't the Dead Shrimp.
No. Brandon?
No, Brandon was Fresno Slim, and I thought Shiva was the Dead Shrimp.
Dead Shrimp actually came from a Robert Johnson song, 1939, somewhere around there. But it's an old blues tune.
No, I just thought that was his nickname. I understand that. The background. I was like, okay, so the Dead Shrimp was just the band. Okay, she was just Shiva.
Amazing one at that too.
Okay, so Sons of the Dead Shrimp. You guys are so fun. I love that. But oh my gosh. Okay, so every Wednesday, Fresbrew, and then are you guys open if people want to hire you to play at their?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. We're down to play wherever, whenever.
Because you guys haven't even played at my place yet. Just the 3 of you.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, not just the 3 of you. Have you?
No, not with this outfit, but we did with Brian Haynes.
Yeah. I remember that was the first time I kind of got to hear.
Yeah. But we're familiar with 559 and we love it there. It's awesome, playing there.
I love it. And then as far as so sad about what happened to Brandon Pollen, but I love that you're keeping it on. You're kind of keeping the music alive. Do you play any stuff that he created with you guys at all?
Well, we weren't really creating too much at the moment when all that happened, but we do play a lot of songs he did like, and a lot of that goes out to memoriam for him, and kind of the name too, Sons of the Shrimp is kind of an homage to him being the original band outfit name being Fresno Slim and the Dead Shrimp. This is Sons of the Shrimp,
Well, and I love the instrumental because every time that I've seen you guys perform, it's kind of the vocal that all kind of takes over sometimes. So I really like hearing your talent that you guys have brought to the table. It's a mature sound. You guys are young, and it's now you're it's an older I love it. I love the vibe. What is the feedback you've heard about it?
Oh, what have we heard?
Well, a lot of people like the fact that they can see a musician and actually see a band playing, and you don't see a whole lot of it. There are bands out there and great, phenomenal bands that actually, that play out in Tower and stuff, but you don't see it often in, popular places that people like to go to and like to frequent and hang out and stuff. So it's nice to kind of try to breathe some life into that, aspect of the community.
You are too quiet. Say something. Oh my goodness.
I'm just thankful to be here. Thank you for having us. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. How long have you guys known each other?
When was Table Mountain?
Table Mountain was last November. So I've known Rob since last November. I've known Ian since last December. Yeah, so it's a very recent project.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but we get each other. We all get each other on that level, and we all we just flow musically,
Now No, I could see that. And so covers, you guys still do the covers for people. So if you guys do want to hire them, they're still doing covers. But I love that you guys have your original jams. So we had that discussion. That's like really cool. And how long are your sets right now that you've been doing?
It's quite a range because like these Wednesday gigs with Frez Brew, we're playing maybe half an hour at the beginning, half an hour at the end. But we also did, this was one of our most fun at Porch Fest. We were hired to play 5 hours at Frez Brew. And I think we did about 4.5 of those hours. And so it's a huge range. Usually if we're hired out for a gig 2 to 3 hours, that's pretty standard in the area.
Nice. Wow. You were.
Yes.
How did that feel after that long? Were you guys sober? I don't know. 4.5.
Answer that question.
4.5 hours. Oh my goodness. Solid.
There's kind of just something about playing with these guys, you know. I feel like I could drum all day with them, you know.
Right.
It's just
What I was about to add to that is like it doesn't feel like work at that point. It just feels like jamming with friends, and like, you know, we enjoy making music together, and it just comes naturally and easy.
You love what you do that much.
Oh, yeah.
And so right now, is this your main focus? I know you guys jump from different bands and you're all part of like 3 different bands. Is this the main gig for the 3 of you?
I would say yes. This is my primary band. I'm working with a few others right now. We're all working with a few others right now, but this is like the thing that takes up most of my time, writing new music, planning out where we're going to be playing, that sort of stuff. This is the number one thing on my docket every day.
I second that. Other than the day job that, you know,
That nobody wants to be doing.
right?
So where can we hear the music now? I know we can go see you in concert. Is there anything online that we can?
Well, we have an Instagram page that, you know, we should be uploading more than we are, but we do have stuff up there at the moment that you can check out. Sons of the Shrimp, at Sons of the Shrimp Instagram. You know, that's our.
So soon you guys are going to start like putting music out there we can like download on Spotify and stuff like that. Is that to come? That is
the plan. We should have something. We have some things working that we should have by the end of this calendar year, hopefully.
No, that's cool. The fact that you guys got together this quickly and you guys are kind of and it's not, you guys are moving at a steady speed. Yeah.
Faster than it should go. And we're starting to notice, you know, things are moving at a pace and things are starting to get written. Things are starting to take shape, and, you know, we're going to go at that pace. And it's like, it looks like, you know, things are.
Oh no, that's smart. I like it when you guys do it like that. You're not trying to commercialize yourself. You're just kind of like going at what's happening. So no, I definitely want to follow. I hope that on social media you're at least active about when you're gonna play. So if you do something outside the Wednesday gig, keep us posted so we can come watch it.
For the most part, we are.
For the most part,
we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said you weren't very active on there, so I'm just saying.
No, absolutely. When's our next? We have one coming up with Sear at Strummers. That was August 10th. You can find us at Strummers on August 10th.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. Any other Strummers dates coming up?
Nothing else at Strummers.
But some other stuff.
We're talking to people.
We're talking.
we're setting things up.
Yeah, we don't want to say that we're doing something when we don't know for sure yet.
Then we'll put the pressure on them. We'll be like, well, now you have to have them because they said on everything Sparkle, so you better come with that.
Sparkle herself said it, so it has to happen.
Right, exactly. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show today.
Thank you for having us.
Felt right in the morning, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you, and I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.